Choosing the right doctor for your baby is an important decision, as you'll be visiting that doctor 6 times the very first year of the baby is alive. So we brought in experts from Helen DeVos Children's Hospital to figure out, how do you choose the right pediatrician? Welcome, doctor. We are so glad to have you today.
Thank you.
This is a big decision. I mean, 6 times in the first year, that's a lot.
Right. It can be a really daunting task to think about, what pediatrician you want to send your child to. I always like to tell families, start early. The earlier, the better.
What do you mean by early?
The recommendation is to start 3 to 4 months prior to the due date. So that'll give you enough time to search for pediatricians, visit some offices, and make your final decision.
And you should do all that before the baby is born, like you visit the office before the baby's born?
You can do prenatal visits with a pediatrician. More and more offices are doing that and offering that to families. You can come in and meet the staff, meet your future doctor, meet the nurses.
So when we're in the delivery room, we're with our doctor. When do you start that pediatrician? Do they tell you when you're supposed to go for your first visit?
Typically, after a baby is discharged from the hospital, we like the family to get seen with their pediatrician 24 to 48 hours after delivery. So it's important to have a doctor in place before you actually deliver.
Let's talk about the prenatal appointments. How does that work? Do you set that up yourself, or how does it work?
So families can call the office and see if that particular pediatric office offers it. You can come in and meet the staff, ask some questions. It's always good to know what the office hours are for that clinic, if they have weekend hours, if they have evening hours, especially with both parents working outside of the home.
Do most pediatric offices now offer evening hours?
More and more are.
I think that's a great idea.
Right, I think it's a great idea, especially if both parents work. It can be hard to, get in at the regular 9 to 5.
What kind of questions should a mom ask when you go in? Because it's kind of intimidating, especially if you don't even have the baby yet, and that you're in there saying, I'm interviewing doctors.
Right. I think it's great to see what type of a relationship you'll have with your doctor, see if you can trust the doctor. This is a relationship you'll have for the next 18 years, hopefully, so you always want to know if this is somebody you can trust, somebody you can communicate with. It's good to know different ways you can communicate with the doctor. Can you call in, after hours and speak with the nurse or doctor on call? Can you email your doctor or the nurse? So those are the type of questions you should ask.
So we're not going to look silly if we ask those questions? Those are important?
Not at all. Yes, those are important questions, and come prepared and write your questions down.
Love it. All right, what about online resources? What's available for folks today?
So I like to recommend a website the American Academy of Pediatrics sponsors, which is healthychildrens.org. You can look on their website. They can answer some questions that you may have in finding a pediatrician, and it'll also give you board-certified pediatricians in your area. You can type in your zip code and find local pediatricians.
Doctor, you have empowered me, and knowledge is power. I feel like we can tackle this thing.
Yes.
Thank you for all your help.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Okay.
Great stuff. We'll be right back with more of Where You Live.
Helen DeVos Children's Hospital is proud to be a part of Where You Live.